So today we shall see what is a unit step function and how can we calculate its Fourier transform. So the first thing is, what is a unit step function? So unit step function, it is denoted by u of t and it is defined by the value 0 whenever t is less than 0 and it is 1 whenever t is greater than equal to 1. So its graph is something like this. So this is the t-axis and this is the value of the function, and the function is given to be this unit step function u of t. The magnitude here is equal to 1. So we are saying whenever this value is 0. So whenever t is less than 0, its value is 0. So we have the function as 0 here in this interval. And then whenever t is greater than or equal to 0, its value is equal to 1. So the function looks like this in this particular interval, right? So this is the unit step function. That means at this point t is equal to 0, we have discontinuity. From the left hand side its value is 0, from the right hand side its value is equal to 1. So therefore this function is the function is known as unit step function because it has step like structure like this and like this, and moreover it is unit step function because the magnitude here is of unity. The magnitude here is unit. So that is why this is the unit step function. It has many applications in the on and off conditions. For example, in operating certain machine, we want that after time t is equal to 0, we want our signal, and before that we do not want our signal. So in that case, we multiply whatever is the function given to us by this unit step function. So this function, if it was earlier defined like this, say, so now this would be cut off after multiplying by this u of t, and it would now be like this only. So this is the applicability of this unit step function. So next thing is, what is this function? This function is also known as Heaviside function. In some texts, the word Heaviside is used for this kind of function. So Heaviside function, and it is denoted by capital H of t. So this is also one notation, right? Now what if I displace this function? Now I am defining u of t minus a. So that means I am shifting the variable t by a units to the right hand side. Why right hand side? Because I am subtracting a from it. So what is the effect of this function on the function's value? So it is again 0 whenever t is less than a. Previously it was less than 0, in this case it is less than a, and it is equal to 1 whenever t is greater than equal to a. So our function now looks like this. Suppose this is the t-axis, this is the given function f of t. So now say this is some point a. A point should lie here because I am taking this to be its displacement on the right hand side, right? Yes, it should be somewhere here, minus a. So now I am saying the function's value, it is equal to 0 whenever t is less than a. So whenever t is less than a, the function's value is this one, and it is equal to 1 whenever, say this is 1, so it is equal to 1 whenever it is greater than a, t is greater than a. So your function now has been displaced on the right hand side. This function has been displaced on the right hand side by a units. So that means this is the function, right? And at the point t is equal to a, we have discontinuity. So this is the unit step function which is displaced by a units. So now next, let us see what is the Fourier transform of this function. What is the Fourier transform of unit step function? So for that we are seeking this value f of u of t. What is this? So now what is the definition for this Fourier transform? The definition to calculate this Fourier transform, this is equal to integration from minus infinity to infinity of the given function multiplied by e to the power minus iota omega t dt. And you know the definition for this function u of t? It is 0 whenever t is less than 0 and it is 1 whenever t is greater than equal to 1. So we can now break this limit from minus infinity to 0, right? And here the value is 0, it is minus e to the power minus iota omega t dt, and then the limits break from 0 to infinity, 1 into e to the power minus iota omega t dt, right? So now first integral, that is equal to 0, and the second integral you can integrate this term, it would be e to the power minus iota omega t divided by minus iota omega, and the limits varies from 0 to infinity. So this would be equal to, when you substitute infinity here, this first term would be e to the power minus infinity, that would be equivalent to 0 only, because this graph e to the power this is equivalent to 0 whenever this x or t goes to infinity. So this is the graph of this function, this point is 1. So first term is 0 and second term is, when you substitute 0 in place of t, you will have it as minus 1. So your final answer is 1 by iota omega. So this is the Fourier transform of the function u of t. So 1 by iota omega. So now let us see what is the Fourier transform. So what is the Fourier transform of this displaced function u of t minus a, right? So we are interested to calculate this in Fourier transform of u of t minus a. So what is this? So this is equivalent to, we can again use the definition. So it would be u of t minus a e to the power minus iota omega t dt. Again, what is the definition for this function? This function is defined like this. Whenever t is less than a, its value is 0. Whenever t is greater than equal to a, its value is equal to 1. So we have integration from minus infinity to infinity. We'll break this limit minus infinity to a now, and the value here is 0, e to the power minus iota omega t dt, and then the integration from a to infinity, 1 into e to the power minus iota omega t dt. So the first term is 0. For the second term, its integration is e to the power minus iota omega t divided by minus iota omega, and the limits now varies from a to infinity. So when you substitute infinity here, the first term would be 0, and when you substitute a here, it would be e to the power minus iota omega a. So this is the answer. So the final answer here is e to the power minus iota omega a divided by iota omega. So this is the answer, right? So we have this shifting property also, which states that u of t minus a, so it also gives you an idea that whenever you have Fourier transform of u of t, this is equivalent to what we have just calculated, 1 by iota omega. 1 by iota omega. So now what would be the Fourier transform of u of t minus a? So whenever you have shifted your quantity, so it is equivalent to e to the power minus iota omega a multiplied by whatever is the Fourier transform of this function u of t. So it is 1 by omega. So this is the result that we have with us, right? So we also have certain important results which you may try. The first result is that the Fourier transform of some function e to the power minus alpha t u naught t. U naught t represents we are breaking this function, the step at the point t is equal to 0. So this is another notation to represent this function. This is equivalent to 1 upon alpha plus iota omega. This is one formula that you should remember. Another formula is that the Fourier transform of e to the power minus alpha modulus of t, this is equivalent to 2 alpha divided by alpha square plus omega square. So what this function is, if your function is defined like this, e to the power minus alpha omega t, so you could break this whenever your t is less than 0, the value of mod t, that is negative. So we would have it e to the power alpha t, and whenever t is greater than 0, so this modulus is positive, so you have e to the power minus alpha t. So this function is defined like this. For this function, you have the Fourier transform as 2 alpha divided by alpha square plus omega square. The next formula is the Fourier transform of e to the power minus at square, that is equal to square root pi divided by square root a e to the power minus omega square divided by 4a. So these are very simple formulas, and you can use the definition to calculate what is the Fourier transform of all these functions, right?